We are reinstating today annual conference of FuelsEurope, the associations of fuel manufacturers of Europe. We are convening a number of stakeholders that make a difference for our sector, including members of the European Commission, members of the Parliament, stakeholders from industry, and of course, member companies of our association.
There is no successful transition without a viable industrial base.
The big plan is to electrify the economy, but we need to make it clear that it doesn't work for sectors like aviation and shipping.
We are intrinsically married, sustainable aviation fuels and the future of aviation, because you are our major pathway to decarbonizing.
There is an enormous interest among my members in biofuels and HVO.
Neste is one of the largest producers of renewable fuels. We are not talking about future plans, we are already there. So I guess you can say that we are betting big on Europe, we are betting big on renewable fuels.
Crop-based biofuels are mature, reliable, scalable, ready to use.
Company like ours, North Atlantic for instance, we are ready to, and we have the capacity to invest, to create the low-carbon energy system we need for the future.
We will see an increasing share of electrification, and that's the way to go in the future. However, having said that, we need to be looking at the realities, right? If we have battery electric mobility, we're creating new dependencies. We're not replacing dependencies.
Electrification cannot be the answer for the upcoming months.
Welcome.
Defense is energy hungry. It has always been energy hungry. A continent that cannot refine, cannot mobilize.
We are desperately vulnerable, and we need to build fuel infrastructure now, fund it, and prepare, take lessons from Ukraine, prepare, be ready, don't wait for the demand.
When it comes to the refining industry, 20% of its capacity has been lost. 1 out of 4 has gone out of business.
Closing refineries doesn't reduce the demand for fuels. We don't need to choose between refining or energy transition. We need renewable fuels for the energy transition.
If we do not produce here, we'll import from elsewhere, and we risk to desindustrialize Europe.
There is a link between security of supply and energy transitions.
We need a demand from the end customer in order to have refiners to invest and to be able to gradually switch from conventional to renewable fuels.
On a refinery, we do produce a suite of products altogether. We need really an holistic approach the way we handle CO2 emission.
What we are really lacking in this environment is a predictable regulatory environment with a long-term reliability that is embedded into the global competitive environment.
About the regulatory framework that is very different, very fragmented. We need to understand where we are going, where we want to go.
There needs to be a mechanism, there needs to be a structure in place to support the financing of these type of projects that we have in front of us. It's huge investment projects, we all know that, to transform a refinery. There are examples from different type of countries that we actually can apply that will help the industry to transform.
You can't attract investment in a volatile fiscal environment. You can't attract investment when there's a threat of retroactive taxes. You can't attract investment when you're imposing mandatory carbon capture obligations on producers simply because they're producing to provide security for Europe.
Our mission altogether is to bring realism to Brussels. We're all interconnected.
Thank you.